हरिनामेव केवलम् अहो दुःखं महादुःखम् दुःखदुःखतरं यत काचर्थं विस्मृतं रत्न हरिनामेव केवलम् दीयतां कर्णो नियतां वाचा गीयतां नित्यम् हरिनामेव केवलम् त्रिनिकृत्य जगत् राजति सकलोपरि चिदानन्दमयं शुद्धम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Translation: more sweet than all other sweet things, more auspicious than all other auspicious things, the greatest purifier of all purified things, the holy name of Sri Hari is alone everything. The entire universe, from exalted Brahma down to the lowly clump of grass, is a product of illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. The one, the only thing that is reality, again I say reality, the holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. That person is a true perceptor or a true father, a true mother, and a true friend also only if they teach one to always remember the holy name of Sri Hari is alone everything. There is no certainty when the last breath will come and put an abrupt halt to all one's material plans. Therefore, it is wise to always practice chanting from very childhood. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Lord Hari eternally dwells in that place where truly exalted, spiritually advanced souls sing in the mood of pure devotion. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Aho, what a sorrow, what a great sorrow, more painful than any other misery in the world. Mistaking it as a mere piece of glass, the people have forgotten this spell. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. It should be heard again and again with one's ears. It should be uttered over and over with one's voice. It should be perpetually sung and sung anew. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. It makes the entire universe seem insignificant as a blade of grass. It reigns supreme over all in a splendorous manner. It is full of eternally conscious divine ecstasy. It is supremely pure. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, very much. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchane Prabhu. Do we stop? Hare Krishna. Vijanashama Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Please accept my obeisances.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Thank you for kindly accepting to make some time for us, giving your association. And for this wonderful topic, you are the the right servant of Srila Gurudev to speak. So yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much for those kind words, Vijayanasham Prabhu. The stage has been set for 124th time, as somebody messaged in the chat. So all glories to the great disciple of our Guru Maharaj. I apologize that today my voice is a little sore. So this is the 6th program. So kindly excuse me on my voice, but is it loud and clear? Is the microphone okay?
Absolutely, Prabhu.
Okay, perfect. So before I start, I would like to pay my millions and millions of obeisances onto all the God brothers and God sisters. Without you, the Karthik Parikrama looks empty. Without you, the world looks empty. And without this association, it feels nothing in the world to live for. So I'm very happy to see the God brothers and God sisters assembled here to glorify. And somebody put a poster known as Shravan Utsav. The Utsav actually starts from next week when Rasika Mataji will open the floodgates. But today I'm just trying to set up the pandal, put the red carpets for great devotees who are yet to come and speak about our glorious Srila Gurudev. So today I have been ordered by our God brothers to speak. So I'm just trying to gather some effort and try to glorify our beloved spiritual master. But for that to happen successfully and effectively, and my words do not have the purity, but those words can be made pure by the bountiful blessings that you all can provide. And I also pray to Srila Gurudev for his blessings and our entire Acharya Parampara and all the Vaishnava Acharyas in all the Paramparas, because I need that mercy today to glorify Srila Gurudev. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Srila Indradyumna Swamin Nitinamine Nama Prabhupada Priyadasaya Jagannatha Yatrananda Murtiye Bhakta Sukhaya Krishnot Kirtanena Narsimme Narakshitaya Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nidinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. Today we'll be reading from Bhagavad Gita. And in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, this is one of my very favorite verses. The verse, though it is mentioned by Sanjaya, it has a direct glorification of the spiritual master. So let us read today's verse number 9 from chapter number 2, contents of the Gita summarized, and following is how the words goes. Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Muktva Hrishikesham Gudakesha Parantapa Nayotsya iti Govinda Muktva Tushnim Babhuvaha. Translation by purport, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Anybody would like to volunteer to read the translation? Namras Prabhu,
Can I read?
Yeah, please go ahead. Shivani Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah.
Translation.
Dhritarashtra must have been glad to understand that
Translation
Arjuna was
first,
not.
Mataji, translation first.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Arjuna said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Purport. Dhritarashtra must have been glad to understand that Arjuna was not going to fight and was instead leaving the battlefield for the begging profession. But Sanjaya disappointed him again, stating that Arjuna was competent to kill his enemies. Although Arjuna was, for the time being, overwhelmed with false grief due to family affection, he surrendered unto Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, as a disciple. This indicated that he would soon be free from the false lamentation resulting from family affection and would be enlightened with perfect knowledge of self realization or Krishna consciousness and would then surely fight. Thus, Dhritarashtra's joy would be frustrated since Arjuna would be enlightened by Krishna and would fight to the end. All
Thank you so
glory to
much, Mother.
God.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is such a wonderful verse. Generally, in the cinematic world of cinemas, we generally see that at the first, you never see a climax which is showcased in the beginning of a movie. Of course, nowadays movies have changed. Climaxes are everywhere. They are even there post credits. But generally, we see that climax is not something that you see right at the beginning. But here in Bhagavad Gita, we see it's a climax. The supreme warrior, the great warrior called Arjuna, is putting down his bow and arrow. He is a hero. Generally, we know that in this world, it's survival of the fittest. But here we see it is sacrifice of the fittest. The person who is the most fittest is ready to sacrifice. And he's saying, I'm not ready to fight. And the most important thing here is he has only one hope, whom he has just now, 2 verses before, he has accepted him as a spiritual master. Till now, Krishna was his friend. But it's very apt that Sanjaya here is mentioning that Arjuna's words were, Govinda, I shall not fight. But more than that, what is more interesting to know is that the non-verbals, which is also being mentioned here. What is the non-verbal? He fell silent. He kept quiet. When do we fall silent? We actually fall silent when we are deeply hurt, sad, or we do not know what is the way ahead. It is at that moment that he has accepted Krishna as a spiritual master. And it is at that moment, Sanjaya also, being a very good devotee, he understands the mood of Dhritarashtra and he also understands the mood of Arjuna. So Prabhupada covers it all. So while Arjuna is putting down the weapons, Dhritarashtra is seeing a glimmer of hope, a hope that he will win. Now his son can be reigned as the king. But immediately, Sanjaya uses 3 or 4 names of Arjuna and Krishna, which shatters all the hope. Arjuna calls Krishna as Hrishikesha. Why does he call him as Hrishikesha? He could have called him as Achyuta. He could have called him as Keshava. He should have called him as Madhusudana. Krishna has so many names, but he calls him as Hrishikesha. And the reason for that is, in the previous verse, Arjuna says, all my senses are drying up. So if his senses are drying up, who is the one who is going to feed waters to those senses and make him more pleasurable? Hrishikesha, the master of the senses. And not only that, he again says a very wonderful word, Govinda. Now we all know that Govinda means protector of the cows, but Govinda also means the giver of pleasure to the senses. So Srila Prabhupada here also translates Govinda as unto Krishna, the giver of pleasure to the senses. So Sanjaya understands. Sanjaya is like breaking the code. It's like somebody is having a problem, but Sanjaya already knows the solution. And he says, Hrishikesha and Govinda, they are there. He will give you the pleasure to the senses. Krishna, as a spiritual master, will solve all the doubts. And this, when Dhritarashtra hears, he is still hopeful that Okay, fine, Krishna is there. Maybe he will help, maybe he will not, because he came as a Shanti Dut, and sometimes we try to, bind him up, but due to his mystic power, he somehow escaped. But then Sanjaya is so clever. He uses two names for Arjuna. He says, Parantapa, chastiser of the enemies. And here the enemies are not mentioned as the Kauravas, the enemy of doubt. The enemy that whether he will be able to succeed in this battle. And Sanjaya says, Dhritarashtra, I would like to remind you, he is the chastiser of the enemies. He will be certainly victorious. Why? Because he has called out for Govinda. His senses will be completely enamored and blissful and made blissful by none other than Krishna. Parantapa. And he says Gudakesha. And he's not in ignorance. You might seem that he's ignorant and he's in the mode of ignorance and he's putting down his weapons. He is not in ignorance, because who is going to guide him? The Acharya. Krishnam Vande Jagadguru, Srivat Sangam Mahorastam, Malamala Virajitam, Shank Chakradharan Devam, Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. The Supreme Lord, Krishna, who is the Jagat Guru. And he is the Supreme Guru of the entire world. He is going to take the stand of Acharya. So today we are very fortunate. We have all our God brothers and God sisters. And I consider myself fortunate to discuss some of the glories of our dear Srila Gurudev, who is taking a very similar position. Everybody who is following in the footsteps of Bhagavad Gita and the Parampara are following Krishna. And he has set this gold standard in the Bhagavad Gita, how to take the disciples, how to take the jivas who are deeply rooted in the material world with doubts and fears, how to cross them over to the spiritual realm. So I thought that this verse is very, very apt to describe about the spiritual master, because from here, Krishna is going to start to instruct. And these are the verses which are not spoken by Dhritarashtra nor Arjuna, but these are the verses spoken by Sanjaya, a neutral party who is actually viewing all this and narrating this. So from that perspective, if I speak, let us draw an analogy. And this analogy is given by acharyas. And an analogy is sometimes helps us, an example helps us to understand the precept, the inner meaning. We all know in Ramayana how Mother Sita was kidnapped. And she was kept in, where was she kept? In Lanka. Anybody knows? We'll keep it interactive. Where was Mother Sita kept? In Lanka. Anybody knows Ramayana? Yes. Go ahead. Ashok Vatika. You can put your answers in the chat as well. Okay, Ashok Vatika, absolutely right. So Mother Sita was kept in Ashoka Vatika. And she was kidnapped by none other than Ravana. And we all know the pastime that how Hanuman actually came and passed the message. And he gave the ring and narrated the entire Ramayana. And then how it paved the way for the bridge, and how Rama was victorious over Ravana and got back Mother Sita. We all know this story. However, here, our acharyas in different sampradayas, they explain through an analogy. Sometimes the lordships, they also take roles in a drama. They are not these personalities, but they take these roles just to make us understand. Like Lord Ramchandra is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is playing the natural role that he is. But Mother Sita is taking up a role. I repeat, she's taking up a role just to exemplify like a Jivatma. She is not a Jivatma. She is Vishnu Tatva. But in this example and analogy, devotees or acharyas want to explain it to us. She is taking the role of a Jivatma. And where is she caught? In Lanka, across the ocean. That means crossing the ocean of spiritual world and crossing into the material ocean She is in Lanka, which is none other than the material world. Sone ki Lanka, the golden world of Lanka. So Lanka is like the material world. And in Lanka, Valmiki Ramayana says that Ashok Vatika has 9 different gates. So when you hear this, there are 9 different gates. What can you attribute Ashok Vatika as? What has 9 different gates? Those are readers of, yes, 9 holes in the body. So Ashok Vatika is like the body. And inside that, who is sitting? The Jivatma. We are not this body, but we are a spirit soul seated in the body. And who has captured the mind? Is none other than Ravana. So the mind is considered as Ravana. Why? He has 10 heads. What are the 10 heads? The 5 Jnanendriyas and the 5 Karmendriyas. All these 10 heads plus the 11th one, mind, has captured him. And the Jivatma captured her, and she's sitting inside Ashok Vatika. And these senses, they have 3 gunas. They attach to 3 gunas. What are the 3 gunas? Sattva, Rajo, and Tamo. Sattva is mode of goodness. Rajo is mode of passion. And Tamo is mode of ignorance. And these senses are so that Lanka or Ravana's senses are so, he never dwells in Sattva Guna. He says, I don't want Sattva Guna. So whom did he leave from his kingdom? Vibhishana, who was Sattva Guna. And whom did he keep very close to him? Rajo and Tamo, Shurpanaka and Kumbhakarna. Sleep is considered ignorance. So Kumbhakarna is ignorance. So this is the situation where the Lord is the Paramatma, Rama, Sita is the Jivatma, the world is ocean, material world is Lanka, Ashok Vatika is the body, 5 senses, Jnanendriya and Karmendriya, 10-headed Ravana plus the mind is Ravana. And he has let go of Vibhishan and he's keeping Shurpanaka and Kumbhakarna with him. Such a difficult position. This is our position. But how does one escape? Who comes to give the message? It is none other than Hanuman, the messenger of the Lord. And hence Hanuman plays the role of an Acharya, of a Gurudev. What does he do? He crosses over the ocean. Similarly, Acharya or Guru crosses from the spiritual world, comes to the material world. He was in the association of Lord Ramchandra. There was no reason for him to fly, but he comes to meet Mother Sita, to protect that Jivatma. So Hanuman comes from Rameshwaram, Rama's side, to all the way to Lanka. Similarly, a Guru also comes from the spiritual world to carry this message to the Jivatma. And what did Hanuman do? He searched for Sita everywhere in Lanka. Similarly, the spiritual master also searches. And my dear devotees, this is so true with our Srila Gurudev. He handpicks his disciples. He handpicks his daughters and sons. He searches far and wide. And there is a search involved. And once he searched for such a disciple, when Hanuman met Mother Sita, what did he do? He sang Ramayana. Similarly, our Acharya or our Gurudev or a Guru actually teaches the knowledge of the Vedas to the disciple. And what did Hanuman give Mother Sita? Did he give anything? What did he give? You can put it a ring. And absolutely, maybe the Lord of the Rings started there. That's the true Lord of the Rings. The ring of the Lord was given to none other than Mother Sita. And that was given. And what does our Guru gives us? The holy name. This is the holy name that he gives us. And after he gives the holy name, only then he lights up the Lanka. That means he burns up our sins of being attached in the material world. And finally, he is one of the conduit. He is one of the reasons. He is one of the catalysts who makes Lord Ramchandra meet Mother Sita. He is one of the persons who ensures that the Jivatma reaches his goal of meeting the Lord. While this is from Ram Leela, one can also take an inspiration from Krishna Leela. We all know the marriage of Rukmini and Krishna. And we all know that how Rukmini had 5 brothers. Anybody giving UPSC knows the name of 5 brothers? At least one of the brothers, everybody knows. Rukmini's half name is one of the brothers. Rukmi, it's the most easiest. What about the other 4 brothers? Anybody's? Rukma Varna. Okay. So Rukmi, Rukma Varna or Rukma Ratan, Rukma Bahu, Rukma Keshan, Rukma Mali. These are some of the 5 names. Rukma Bahu, actually. So these 5 brothers were of Rukmini. And they wanted to marry Rukmini off to none other than Shishupal. And Rukmini, from childhood, she was constantly hearing these pastimes coming from Dwarka. How she heard these pastimes? She used to stand at the balcony and she used to see these court jesters walking in from Dwarka to the Vidarbha. And they used to say how they spoke this katha, how they had this Bhagavad Saptaha in Dwarka. And she used to hear the glories of Krishna and she fell in love. So while the marriage was getting arranged with Shishupal, she wrote a secret love letter, one of the first love letters. And today is the day of first. The rings are exchanged. The love letter was exchanged. She called a messenger, a Brahmana, and gave it to him, just hoping that he would go and deliver this message to Dwarkadish. And when Dwarkadish heard this message, he came, riding his horses into Vidarbha. And he came, riding his horses, and kidnapped Rukmini. Some acharyas say kidnapping is not the right word because everything belongs to the Lord. But he did kidnap. He caught, just like an eagle would catch his prey. Krishna was locked in. Operation Sindoor, the perfect Sindoor. Right? And the Sindoor was put right there at the chariot. And Rukmini herself rode the chariot and said, Krishna, you fight, I'll ride. Let me show you my skills. I have just not come just like a damsel in distress. So if we actually look at it, Krishna is playing the role of Paramatma. Rukmini is playing the role of Jivatma. Again, I emphasize, she's not a Jivatma. But these are pastimes where acharyas try to draw the analogy. She's playing the role of a Jivatma. Who are the 5 brothers? Are the senses. And they are attracted to whom? They are not attracted to Krishna. They are attracted to Shishupal, the material world, who goads us towards the material world, which is full of envy, jealousiness towards the Lord. In the sense that when we are attached to the material world, when we are attached to ourselves, we are envious of the Lord. Just like Shishupal was envious of the Lord. And who is that messenger? None other than Guru. And he took this message to Lord Krishna. And the Lord comes to fulfill, not for Rukmini. Of course, Rukmini's message is moving. But the acharyas mentioned the Lord came because he respects the Brahmanas. The Brahmana requested. So first he comes for the Brahmana. So it's said that the Lord did come for Rukmini. Yes. Let's not steal the thunder away from Rukmini. The Lord did come for Rukmini, but then they said the Lord also wanted to fulfill the order of the messenger, the Guru. Similarly, we are Jivatmas. We have put our case in front of Srila Gurudev. And we are confident, not because we have put the case, we will be delivered, because it's being put into the court of Krishna by the expert lawyer, who is Srila Gurudev. We are very confident of the fact that his case and the way he would argue for each and every one of us, he would succeed. But why are these 2 examples taken? One from Ram Leela and the other from Krishna Leela. Why are these 2 examples taken? to say that the message goes both ways. In the Ram Leela, he came from the spiritual world to the material world. That means the message came from the Lord to the Jivatma. And in the Krishna Leela, we see that the Jivatma is sending a message back to the Lord. So a messenger is supposed to pass messages from both sides, from the Lord's side and also from the Jivatma's side. So in both these places, and Guru actually plays this beautiful way of passing this message on. But how do we define Guru? How do we mention who he is, an Acharya? Achinoti iti shastrat acharya sthapayayapi swayam achareti yasmat tasmat acharya uchyate. Achinoti iti shastrat. One who teaches the Vedas or the Shastras. Acharya sthapayadyapi. And one who also makes us follow, tweaks our ears and says, you're not following properly. Chant 16 rounds properly. Sit erect. Srila Prabhupada used to say in his tape, don't sleep. So he makes us follow as well. Some devotees have kept that as alarm. Don't sleep, wake up. You get scared. Oh, Krishna. Yes, but it makes us wake up. So Acharya is one who actually makes us follow as well. And the most important is Swayam Achareti Yasmat. We generally say this, practice what you preach. It's actually not the right way to say. So it's like saying, eat what you cook. What comes first, eating or cooking? Eat what you cook. What comes first? Eat what you cook. How? Cooking. Absolutely right. So practice what you preach. What comes first? Preaching. But that is not right. Actually, at least preach what you practice. So Acharya is one who practices it first, follows it first, and then preaches what he practices. Swayam acharet yasmat. Acharan comes first. And tasmat acharya uchyate. Such a person is called as Guru or Acharya. In fact, some Acharyas mention, how do you differentiate a Guru or an Acharya? Actually, when you go to Sri Rangam, when you go to Lord Padmanabha Swami, you see that the Lord is sleeping. But you want to see the Lord walking? The same personality, the same rain cloud is Guru. He is walking. He is not God, he is God-like. He gives the same message. So it's very important that we understand that Guru gives us so much immense blessings. Once I was listening to a lecture of Govardhan Parikram. Gurudev was very merciful to give me a name which resembles Giriraj Govardhan's servant of the servant of the servant. So I always like this pastime of Govardhan. And we all know that how Indra sent hailstorms and rainstorms on Govardhan for 1 week till he ran out of stock. His entire rain abundance was entirely gone. And then he realized, I've committed a great mistake. I should ask apologies to none other than Krishna. But he didn't have the face to come before Krishna face to face. So what did he do? He kept Kamadhenu in front. He said, Krishna protected all the cows, so you glorify Krishna. And what did he do? He held on to the tail and came behind. And with Kamadhenu, he did the full Abhishek and he was known as Govinda. The Govinda Pattabhishek happened. And Krishna was very pleased. And he blessed Kamadhenu. And Indra said, by the way, can you bless me too? And Krishna just smiled. Our position is no different. We are like Indra. We cannot face the Lord. So we have none other than our Gurudev, like Kamadhenu, who is fully resplendent and giving Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat, who is giving this beautiful milk of teachings. And all we are doing is trying to hold his lotus feet and hide behind his lotus feet and say, Krishna, please, please. We have no qualification, but we are associated with him. He chose me as a disciple. So please, can you shower your mercy? And Krishna says, okay. You are the dear disciple of my dear, dear, dear devotee, His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. You may go. That's the only hope. And what does Srila Gurudev do? Srila Gurudev places us before Srila Prabhupada. And that's what he says again, time and time again in his lectures. I place you before Srila Prabhupada for Prabhupada's mood. And this is how we actually progress. So Guru is very important. He's very important in a disciple's life. I'll take 5 more minutes and then I'll conclude. He's very important in our spiritual life. Just like a visionary. He's a visionary. You might sometimes walk on the road and you will find that there is a blind person who cannot cross the road. Then the person with able vision, what he does is that he would hold the hand of the blind and he will make you cross the road. So the road is the material world. The blind are people like us, or at least me. And the visionary, the person with able vision, is none other than Guru. Om Ajnana Timirandasya. And by giving the hand, he is giving the hand of knowledge and making us cross. Similarly, sometimes an amputated person, a person handicapped, wants to swim across this river. And the only way to do that is by giving a raft, making the person sit on that raft and crossing the river, because that person alone cannot cross the river. So we are those amputated, handicapped jivas who cannot cross the raging river of the material world. And what is that raft? That raft is the mercy of Sri Guru. And what are the oars? The oars are the holy name. And this raft goes from one shore to another. And there's one more example which I always like. So there is a king, and the king has his servant, and the servant constantly serves the king. And because he constantly serves the king, the servant gets a salary. Now, my dear devotees, you are all earning from your companies. When you get the earning, you give part of your earning to your family members. How many of your family members know your boss? Does your mother, does your brother, does your sister know the boss or the company chairman who is actually giving you the salary? No, but they are all flourishing under that money, under that salary. So the servant is getting the salary and he passes on to his family, and the family doesn't even know the king. That is us. We are the family. The servant is the Guru, and the Lord is the king. We don't know the king. We only know the servant. We only know Guru, through whom we are completely flourishing. So this is the duty of a disciple. What is the duty of a disciple? To serve the lion-like Guru. Why is he called as a lion? Because a lion can jump from one hilltop to the another very easily. So this example was given. A lion wants to jump from one hilltop to another. And there is an inchworm also on one hilltop. You know, an inchworm which moves only 1 inch in a day, maybe. It also wants to cross from one hilltop to another. A lion can just jump. But for a worm to cross from one hilltop to another, it might take one lifetime. Or maybe not, it will not make it. So if the inchworm wants to cross over from one hilltop to another, what should it do? Puzzles for today. Homework. What should an inchworm do? Climb on the back of the lion. Oh no, Prabhu, it's to catch the lion. Oh my God. So much of effort. His inchworm is only 1 inch. It has to move only 1 inch and get attached to the feet of the lion. Climb on top of the lion, that also will take a lifetime. It has to just move 1 inch, maybe 2 inches, and just attach to the feet of the lion. And when the lion jumps, free transportation from one hilltop to another. So one hilltop is material world, the other hilltop is spiritual world. The lion, like Guru, can cross and can jump from one cliff top to another. And we as inchworms, we just need to attach to the lotus feet of the Lord. And our Srila Gurudev is fondly called as Indradumna Swami, His Holiness Indradumna Swami. And we all know this pastime of Gajendra. And in the pastime of Gajendra, it's very interesting to note who gets deliverance first, Gajendra or the crocodile? Who gets deliverance first? The crocodile. Called for the Lord. Gajendra. But what was the qualification of the crocodile? It was giving pain to the very Gajendra who called the Lord, but it just attached itself to the lotus feet of the Lord, of Gajendra. So all we need to do is catch tight the lotus feet of our Srila Gurudev. Just move that 2 inches and cross over. And it is very interesting to see the comparison between, when I say Gajendra and the Lord. The Lord is also like an elephant. And I mentioned about this last time that I would be speaking about this. I'll take 2 more minutes and finally conclude. Apologies for extra time. You see, every Acharya, he actually has a mudra. And generally you see Ramanujacharya or others, they keep this mudra. Anybody knows what is this? Somebody said in cricket, they show 3 runs. No, there's not 3 runs. It's Jnana Mudra. But why Jnana Mudra is not like this? Why it's not like this? It's always like this. In a sense, the Lord is compared to an elephant. And a Mahout actually explained me this in Sri Ranga. And I felt this very, very nice. He said this thumb represents the Jivatma. And this forefinger represents Paramatma. How much ever the Jivatma tries, can it reach the Paramatma? No. Who has to come down? The Paramatma. And who brings it up? Sri Guru, Sadhu, and Shastras. So the Paramatma has to come down and accept the Jivatma. And he said, I am a Mahout. I do that every day until the elephant bows down itself. I can't climb on top. So the elephant has to bow down for the Mahout to get on top. So this is very important for us to understand. And then the Mahout said, the elephant is the one who gives the rope to tie. I can't go and tie. The elephant itself will take the rope and say to the Mahout, please tie me. Lord is like that. He gives the rope of bhakti and says, Yashoda Maya, please bound me. The Lord is like an elephant. And moreover, on top of that, to capture a male elephant, you also need an elephant, a female elephant. To capture Krishna, you need Srimati Radharani, who are equally intoxicated in love with each other. And the elephant has only one hand to give, which is its trunk. And Krishna always gives through his devotees all the blessings through that hand. The gait of the elephant is so beautiful. Similarly, the Lord's gait is so wonderful. He's a Gajagati. And when you actually see, when the elephant keeps his feet on the ground, you might think that it might be creating a loud thud, like a dinosaur's paw. No, it's the most softest on Mother Earth. The padding on the elephant's foot is the most softest. It doesn't give any pain to Mother Earth. Similarly is the Lord's feet. It doesn't give any pain to Mother Earth. Once there was a competition between lotus and lotus feet. The lotus asked, let us have a competition. Who is more softer? Is it your lotus feet, O Lord, or are my petals more softer? And the lotus lost. How do you say, Prabhu, the lotus lot? What was the competition? Where is this recorded? Because the competition was one who loses, he will carry the other on their head. So that is why lotus is still carrying the lotus feet on its head. And the Lord is standing on the lotus petal. And the Lord's feet are reddish in nature because lotus petals are so hard and his lotus feet is so soft. And in fact, Mother Lakshmi, who also is born out of lotus, she is touching with her lotus touch the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord's feet still gets reddish because it's that soft. So just like the elephant's feet, it's very soft. And not only that, a person can see when an elephant walks. Even now, if an elephant walks by the road, you see how many people will come and have a look at it. Oh, elephant, elephant, I would like to see. The children would see, the adults would see. They would like to see the elephant again and again. Similarly is the Lord. You go and take darshan of Shishi Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar. I want to see again. I want to see again. I want to see again. And the elephant, if you know an elephant and a mahout, everything in and around the elephant, all occupations are in and around the elephant. The person who cuts the leaves of the coconut trees, the person who brings the feed, the person who baits the elephant, everybody's occupation is in an elephant. Similarly, one who is connected to the Lord, who is like an elephant, his occupation is in and around. We talk about the Lord, we chant about the goodness of the Lord, we read about the Lord, everything in and around the Lord. Everyone is dependent. And even elephants' remnants sometimes are considered pure. Same is like Krishna's prasad, it is considered pure. So if Lord is like an elephant, who knows him the best? Gajendra. Who is he called as? His Holiness Indradumna Swami. So we are at the right lotus feet. We are so fortunate to be in this Sangha, to glorify Srila Gurudev time and time again. And this is the 124th time. And this Sangha will grow. And so nice to have everyone coming together, reading these pastimes, the modern pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Srila Gurudev would call it. It's very, very wonderful to share and realize on these wonderful pastimes. So once again, I thank everyone. I hope I could create some kind of pandal, some kind of arrangements for the Shravana itself to start. As I said, it will really start from next week when Rasika Mataji will open the floodgates of Srila Gurudev's glories. But I thank the organizers for giving me a chance to put the pedestals for great disciples and godbrothers to come and glorify. Thank you very, very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Yadatra skalitam kinchit vidvam satpurayantu tat. Yadatra saushtabam kinchit tad guror evame nahi. Yadatra skalitam kinchit. Of course, if you have heard something very wonderful in this lecture, all glories goes to Srila Gurudev, and all glories goes to all the acharyas in all the sampradayas. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. And if you found any mistakes, you're all learned souls, God brothers. Please understand that those mistakes are truly mine and mine only. Hare Krishna. If there are any comments, clarifications, questions, feedbacks, more than happy to discuss them. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Vijay Rachman. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I don't know, I mean, devotees who are making notes, I was making, and I was like, it was really hard to keep up with all the points you were sharing. It was, and I had to, I had to correct a lot of notes now. There is a lot of notes. Jay. So, yeah, like as usual, hearing Bhagavatam from you is like No. Yeah, so in the desert, looking for water, and it actually quenches your thirst so much that you are overwhelmed. So yeah, it's a amazing start for our understanding of Guru Tattva, and so as we seek to understand sometimes the mercy that uh, the Lord has bestowed upon us, actually, in terms of bestowing a guru upon us. It is, I mean, we go through the whole process of getting initiated, and over time, um, everything fades away, and it becomes a very, we take it very casually. But there is so much deeper aspect, deeper meaning to being under the shelter. Even getting the shelter itself is in specifically
Yes.
Yes. In this yuga, getting the shelter itself, we don't really understand what is the gem we have. And it is uh, we need gentle reminder, gentle nudge, that what is the position we have, and how we are actually, do we even qualify. It is, I actually was thinking, the inchworm example you mentioned, that is so apt. It is literally the exact, I mean, what is the qualification we actually have? I mean, inchworm, what is the qualification the inchworm has to get onto the feet of the lion? It doesn't. So do we carry any qualification? Absolutely no. Will the inchworm any day, build a muscle to qualify? There is no. Yeah. So absolutely. So thank you so much, Prabhu. I think devotees want
Thank
to
you.
ask questions. Devotees, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
I think Braja Gopinath Prabhu had raised his hand first. So Hare
Yes.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Braja Gopinath Prabhu, Dandavats.
Hare Krishna,
Braja
Haridas.
Gopinath, such a wonderful name. Hare Krishna.
Even as what Vijay Narasimha said, that even I was making the notes and I'm not able to keep the pace by which you are speaking. So I'm just writing the first word of the analogy, like gurus like crocodile, then blind raft, then Gyan Mudra, and so that I can contemplate afterwards all the analogies what you said so nicely, Paji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have one question, because in the beginning only you said that Sita represents Jiva, but actually she is Vishnu Tattva. So I always had this confusion. The Shakti also comes in Vishnu Tattva, like all the Shaktis.
In the sense, I wanted to mention that she is not Jivatma. She is the internal energy of the Lord. Like Sita, she is one of the partial expansions of Lakshmi, is an expansion from Srimati Radharani and Satyabhama. So she's not a Jivatma, but she's playing the role of Jivatma. That's what I wanted to say. Apologies if I said Vishnu Tattva.
So
She's the
Shakti,
internal, yeah, she's the internal energy of the Lord.
okay, so she does not come under Vishnu Tattva. I mean, they are separate from Vishnu Tattva.
In the sense, maybe the scholars can mention Vishnu Tattva is, yes, internal energy of the Lord as well, but specifically. But she's been mentioned as the internal energy. We can call her Vishnu Tattva. Can we? Maybe the other devotees can enlighten on this. I'm not very sure. The other devotees, can they speak? Or maybe they'll speak in the course. We'll clarify this, Prabhu. I'll do the research. I'll take the homework. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this question. I go. Any other question do you have?
You're speaking on mute, Prabhu. Just in case you're speaking. Okay.
Okay.
Aditya Prabhu. Go ahead, Prabhu. You're saying something.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, that's
That very genuine feedback. I don't have any questions.
Hmm.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to thank you for sensitizing me that My spiritual master's mercy is really very, very personal to me and in my life. Actually, we were discussing the same thing yesterday in our East Goshti as well. So, Chaitanya Bhav Prabhu, he asked us this question that
Hmm.
what is one spiritual quality which you are aspiring for in your spiritual life? To which I had this answer that I want to cultivate this quality of always feeling gratefulness for the blessings, for the things which have been gifted to me by Krishna or by
Hmm.
Gurudev. So today, after hearing from you, it really brought a lot of
Hmm.
things,
Hmm.
a lot of content from inside, and the way you were explaining things, like everything analytically as well, and the references which you were giving. So I just wanted to thank you for that, and I really can't wait to have your association and such more classes soon. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandut Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. All glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Prabhu, for your heartfelt realizations. Devjit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for that wonderful class. Actually, I wanted to ask something related which you, the comparison which you made of Ashok Vatika, and the nine gates, and Vibhishan, Ravana actually threw away the mode of goodness which was his brother Vibhishan, and he only kept the mode of passion and ignorance. Yeah. So I, in this world, when people reflect on Ramayana, they always try to put Vibhishan as a villain, because yeah, due to that Ravana got Ravana wouldn't have been lose the war with Ram. Why does people don't like to appreciate the mode of goodness? Because it seems whenever people want to even if they are not able to appreciate mode of goodness, they are always attracted to mode of passion and ignorance, and they want to stay there.
So those who followed the passion and ignorance, they are Team Ravana. Those who cannot, those who cannot appreciate Vibhishana are Team Ravana. So majority of the people in this world are Team Ravan. They cannot appreciate Lord Ramchandra's glorifications. So they say Garka Bedi Lanka Dhai is actually Vibhishan.
Yes.
But Vibhishan is actually mode of goodness. So this is very important to understand that many people are today in mode of ignorance and mode of passion. So they relate more to Ravan. I even heard that somebody wrote a Ramayana from Ravana's perspective. What is the use? You read that, you will get burnt. So this is not good. So many people have this misconception because they follow in the footsteps of Ravana. They want to achieve everything for themselves. They want to enjoy this material world without Krishna's interference, just like how Ravana wanted to enjoy Mother Sita without Rama. So all those people will think about Vibhishana as a wrong person. But we devotees, we know how great Vibhishana is. So those who hate Vibhishana, it's our duty to tell them the right glorification. He's just like Narada. Narada is misunderstood as Chugalkhor. No, he's not Chugalkhor. He's the greatest devotee, due to which all the entire pastimes of Bhagavatam happened. But he's portrayed in a wrong way. So it's our duty to educate the masses.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Panchajani Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Shirji, for the wonderful class. I have no questions. I just wanted to thank you. Whenever I see that your class is coming, it is like I'm very excited because I know that it is going to be so much nectarian. And one thing which I really appreciate about your classes is that you give so many practical examples that whenever we think about it, we automatically reflect. Like Krishna consciousness becomes very natural. it's Anandam Buddhivardhanam. I definitely know that whenever I'm going to see my hand now, I'll see the example which you gave of Jivatma and Paramatma and why the Paramatma has to come to Jivatma and Guru Sadhu Shastra. So it's so easy. So I'm really grateful, Prabhu, and I just pray that someday I will be able to digest so much nectar which you are giving, and yeah, follow that practically in my life. Hare Krishna.
I am not giving out nectar. The only way to take so much of nectar is to take digestive pills, which is from other devotees who they will give. I'm just trying to give something which is not nectar. But thank you so much for your words. Right. Hare Krishna. Rasamai Radhe Mataji, Dandot Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhamma Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
So,
Dandavats.
Prabhuji, I was not well today, but when I really heard your lecture, I really got a lot of strength from it. The way you started with Bhagavad Gita, I was saying, oh, it's about Bhagavad Gita class today. It's not Srimad Bhagavatam. But still, when you started it, and then different examples and different stories you told us, and how you compare it with the qualities of Srila Gurudev, how we should be humble, how we should know the position of our Srila Gurudev. That's really important. So just like Vijay Narasimha Prabhuji said, ki we should know our position. It's like just inch form. So you really reminded me of His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. The way you were giving examples, different kind of examples. He also does like this. And the end, the and with the end, you just with the humility ended with a shloka. So it really reminded me of His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. So thank you so much for this wonderful class. I don't have any question, but I really wanted to thank you. I'm feeling a lot of energy in myself now. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. I'm not even dust in the lotus feet of Hari Parshad Prabhu, though we both went to school together in engineering. Yeah. Unluckily, I was his senior, he was my junior, but I always tease him saying that in spirituality, you're always my senior. So you've taken that post. So thank you, Mataji. It's a very, very high standard of Hari Parshad Prabhu. Srila Gurudev loves him so much. His Holiness Sachinandan Maharaj loves him so much. Whole devotees love him so much. I would consider myself grateful if I could one day even try to achieve even one tiny bit what he has and has glorified the parampara. But thank you so much for, and I wish that you get well very soon. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhamma Pranam.
Thank you. Yes, now Anuttama Gaur Prabhu. I do not know if we have time. Okay, please just me.
So, sorry, bro. There is one small break if we can take.
Yes.
Actually, Govind Charan Prabhu is at the venue
Wonderful.
of Polish festival, and Prabhu wanted to show around the festival.
Yes.
So
Hope we get a glimpse of Srila Gurudev.
yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Prabhu, you may continue. Like, but it might just get.
All of a sudden you can spotlight and we'll be quiet.
Yes. So you
yes,
please
Anuttama Gaura Prabhu.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavats Pranam. Yeah, thank you for this wonderful class. I was just few days ago, I was discussing with Namras Prabhu about story of Prahlad Maharaj. Like I just observed the thing, like our Guru Maharaj, like he is like protecting us, he is observing us, he is guiding us. Even like when we are like in the womb, just like Narsimhadev, sorry, Narad Muni protected him from Indra, and he was very instrumental when, even while Prahlad Maharaj was getting conceived. So I was just discussing with Namras Prabhu that how our Guru Maharaj plays such a crucial role. Even we are before born, we are in a womb. After we are born, and as he comes in our life, then as a in a very pratyaksh life form, he guides us. I just want to like share this.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Prabhu.
much.
Thank you for that realization. Yes, Srila Gurudev always protects his disciples. Namras Prabhu, you had something to say.
I was just saying this firstly that firstly, thank you so much for your Sangha again. You just said to Panchana Prabhu that, it's the digestive pills that the other devotees will give. But I would say that the devotees, even though they might not have a question, they're coming up and saying it, giving you a feedback what they learned today. In itself shows that how you have assimilated the commentaries of different acharyas and are giving it to us. It's like, how the food is made sometimes very digestible so that you don't have to work a lot, something like khichdi. So you're so wonderfully doing that for us. With your analogy of this, the nine gates of Ashok Vatika, I was just reminded of this bhajan, Emana Durmati by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Seems like a biography. I did not know that I have a biography written extending over lifetimes, not just this lifetime. But yeah, I was just reminded of that. So many wonderful analogies. As Srila Gurudev also says, it just makes us understand concepts very easily and nicely. So that's just a testimony, Prabhuji. The devotees are replying to you and giving a feedback that even if they don't have a question, that just shows the supremacy of your classes.
All glories to Srila Gurudev. I learned from the best. This is Srila Gurudev. I can say that very proudly. And from the God brothers and God sisters. Thank you, Prabhu. And I think we got the answer as well. Braj Gopinath Prabhu, Venkatesh Prabhu posted very clearly Srila Prabhupada's purport 2.7.23. Sita is the internal potency of the Lord and is neither an ordinary woman nor the external potency incarnation of Durga. So this is what I wanted to say. She's just, if the acharyas explain, just to explain the analogy, she's taking the role of a Jivatma, but she's not the Jivatma. She's the internal potency of the Lord. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for posting that and helping us learn today as well. Thank you. I think there were no more questions. Vijayanashami Prabhu, back to you, and we can continue. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the opportunity.
Really, thank you so much, Prabhu. Let's see. Okay. Govinda Prabhu is joining. Okay. Just heads up. Let's see if Prabhu is joining. Okay, Mataji has joined, I think. Rasika Mataji has joined. I don't know if she joined. Mataji joined now or earlier.
Yeah, Mataji has joined, but her audio has to yet click in.
Yeah, now it has.
Yes.
Okay, just a heads up, like while Mataji joins. So we are going to start reading.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Really?
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Gurudev. Hare Krishna, everybody.
To historie były przekazywane ustnie, tylko i wyłącznie napisane. Nie przekazywane ustnie, dlatego oryginalnie
Can you hear us? Hariva?
Yes. I'm able to hear you. It's a little louder here.
Okay.
Przekazywana w formie opowieści, nawet
Yes,
opowiadał opowieści. To zobaczycie jest
concluded the class. Yes.
dzięki swoim wyrzeczeniom.
You're able to see this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Nie potrafiło zgładzić.
So I was hoping to show you guys the Leela Amrita, which is the Krishna's pastimes that's coming up next. Probably it'll take another five minutes. Before that, there is one more dance they are going to perform.
A później pięciu różnych tłumów będzie chciało go zgnębić.
You can see there's a full crowd today.
Dopiero jak energia tych pięciu połączy się w jedną formę bogini Dewi, żeńską formę, to ona się z nim rozprawi. Wtedy zabijcie brawo dla niej. A proszę teraz na początek również wielkie brawa dla zespołu Sankhya Dance Company z Mumbai, Sankhya Devi.
So this is the Mahishasura Mardini pastime where Shakti kills Mahishasura demon. So this one is that. He is a Mahishasura demon. See how attentive the dog is. You can't say who is a devotee, who is not a devotee, because everybody is dressed in saris here. here is where they get the Gopidas done. Raja. This is actually a very prestigious part of the beach. It's called Men's Joya.
Jedno przedstawienie wam powtórzymy, czyli coś, co graliśmy pierwszego dnia, zagramy też dzisiaj na koniec. Nie powiem wam jeszcze, co to będzie, a ja. A teraz zabierzemy was do Indii, ale w inny sposób niż wczoraj. Inna opowieść. Jak macie coś cennego ze sobą, nie zostawiliście w hotelowym sejfie, tylko nosicie ze sobą, to schowajcie teraz, bo wypuścimy małpy. Mamy małpy, mamy słonia. To jest miejski festiwal. Przygotujcie się na najgorszą. Wypuścimy zwierzaki.
They have pancakes here. Remember Shama Kripa, who serves Prasadam in Kartik Parikrama?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, she is in charge of the pancake tent. And here, very nice Prasadam. So clean. Balram, Gopal, cheesecake, under cheesecake.
Very well.
Będziesz to może, ale foto? Rice. Kofta. Aloo patra. Samosa. Miał być samo i kebab. This is a cooking demo class.
Za dużo rozgrzałam to tych garnek, przepraszam, moi drodzy. Ale nic, jest dobrze. Oni są sam raz gotowy przyprawę. Tak, już. Teraz mam taką masalę. Po masalę oni mówią na to, na przyprawę mówią na to masala. No dam teraz.
And then there's the Leela Amrita. This is the pastime of Krishna in Vrindavan and Mathura.
Dziękuję bardzo. Mam na imię Akrura. No, mieszkam niedaleko, w miejscowości Mathura. Jestem sługą króla Kamsy. Tak, wiem, nie ma się czym chwalić. Nic na to nie poradzę, ale cały czas myślę o moim bratanku, który żyje tu, we Vrindavan. Ach, Kryszna. Tak, ma na imię. Tak, a najpiękniejsza z nich jest Rada. Rada i Kryszna bardzo się kochają.
Proszę, proszę, to ja widzę. Co wy tu wszyscy robicie? To jest. Pytam się was, co to jest. Aha, uczycie, tak? Nie wiecie, tak? No ja wam powiem. To chleb pyszny. Co to ma być? Co się tutaj dzieje?
Mateczko Żadwilo, opowiadamy wszystkim, jak cudowne jest Grindaban i o tym, jacy wspaniali ludzie w nim mieszkają.
Bardzo dobrze, bardzo dobrze. I o mnie nie zapomnijcie powiedzieć. Jestem kobietą wyjątkową. Pod każdym względem. Jimmy, Jimmy, acia, acia. Jimmy, 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 acia, acia. Jimmy, Jimmy, acia, acia. Bogata i taka łaskawa. Ale nie głupia. Więc mówcie. A co tutaj tak cicho? Gdzie okradki? Dziękuję, dziękuję. Wspaniałe przedstawienie. Oglądajcie uważnie.
Medalion, przepięknym, nieśpiesznym lekciem. Razu, przepięknym, nieśpiesznym lekciem spotkali się Rada.
Są jak ludzie, którzy po drugiej rozrobce znowu zwracają się ku Bogu.
Prawie jak uczniowie, którzy rysują nawet nie w szkole.
So this is the backstage. Kubalai Peda getting ready for action. And you can see this entire stage is actually a truck that's unfolded and becomes the stage. So you can see here, Vivida Gorilla is getting ready. It's not easy to be even gorilla. Okay. And Balaram is getting ready for action here. Yeah, it's people are so attentive and mesmerized. This Gurudev's glory bringing Vrindavan to the west. So I think that's a wonderful start to the reading of the forest of Vrindavan, Western Bank. As you can see, Gurudev is taken the Western Bank far to the west. And this is the best form of glorifying Vrindavan. Okay, so I think with that I'll pause here. We can continue. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, very much for showing us the live stream.
Thank you. Please continue.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Very Hari. Hare Krishna. Enjoy. So beautiful.
So many people were there at the festival.
Yeah. As Haridas Varya Prabhu was saying, Prabhu is acting as Sanjaya. Okay. All right. All right. So, Haridas Varya Prabhu is still there. I think Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here. I was
Okay.
watching the live transmission with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Just coming back. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us your wonderful association, and we look forward for another topic. Probably somewhere closer to our Kartik Parikrama. This time, we are going to the Mayapur, Jagannath Puri.
Puri Dham, Jagannath Puri.
So the mood will be very different, and it will be so. I was thinking, I at least need some, like a prep or a bridge to. The mind has been set for many years that Kartik means Vrindavan.
Yes.
And yeah, probably we'll need some preparatory.
In fact, we are getting three times the mercy. One, we are going to
Absolutely.
Jagannath Puri, which is non-different from Kurukshetra, Dwarka, and Gundicha is Vrindavan. So Puri Dham, we are getting thrice. So we are going to 6-7 places in one yatra. So those who are planning to miss it, you're going to miss something. Don't miss it.
Yeah, we seek your help. Probably we'll schedule another time. So to prepare our consciousness for the Kartik Parikrama, so we'll have another series, Panchana Prabhu.
Sure.
So kindly make a note. So yes, Prabhu, thank you so much, and we look forward for your session again. All right. So we actually, Girdhar Prabhu recommended very nicely that we all have been a part of our India book tour, and we've been distributing books, but we don't know how many have been reading the books. Yeah, Forest of Vrindavan, Govardhan. We started with Govardhan and then went to the Vrindavan series. So we wanted to start reading today, but let's see, we'll attempt to do that next week when Mataji is going to be speaking on is part of the Shravanotsav. The topic being Guru Tatva, so Mataji will be speaking. So again, obviously, it will be another amazing session of hearing the nectar from again, one of the servants personified. So we'll see if we are able to make time for the reading. If not, again, we'll try the subsequent. If not, we'll try again after Janmashtami. Yeah. So, and thank you so much for joining in large numbers. That's actually, again, we're all, as so many devotees pointed out, that specifically hearing Haridas Varya Prabhu, it is like, for us, it makes us easier to practice, some practical tips and certain things when we practice, when we relate to our, certain these analogies, it actually helps our mood, our consciousness in our practice, which is very necessary. And as Rajagopal Gopinath Prabhu said, it's a perfect end to the week. Or actually, it's the perfect beginning to the next week. Sunday is the first day. So, okay. All right. And yeah, just a reminder, please, book your tickets for Kartik Parikrama. We all look forward for your association, both in Mayapur as well as um, Puridham, Jagannath, Sri Jagannath Puridham. So, yeah. So, and it's very rare that Srila Gurudev takes anywhere outside Brajmandal. So, and this is little higher philosophy, higher concept, the whole Mahaprabhu's Leela Kshetra. So, yes, please participate in large numbers and don't miss this chance. You don't know if it will ever happen again with Srila Gurudev. Okay, you don't really. Okay, so mark my words. So, yeah, thank you so much. We'll connect again next Sunday. Let's keep each other in our prayers. Vanchakalpatarubhesha kripa
Vasundubhaiva cha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav. Next one is 125. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Jai Shri Gurudev.
Jai. Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for organizing such a wonderful class.
Hare Hare.